What's up, Go enthusiasts, and welcome back to the Games of Blood and Tears. This is game 3. Huang plays white, of course, again, and they play a similar opening as to before, but this time Huang chooses a 4-4 point. Then black plays on the side. Huang approaches, interestingly, on the side, which Zhu already put a stone. I think Huang is really spoiling for a fight here, and he gets one when Zhu plays this attach. He can play Hane on top. And when Zhu Yu Hane's underneath, Huang Yongshou is calm. He simply ataried under and connected like this. I think it's correct. It looks like a good way to play. And when black pushed here, I think it was correct again of Huang Yongshou to play the 3-3. It's important, I think, not to play here. I mean, it's not that big of a difference, but if you play like this, then when black steals away the corner, white doesn't really have any potential to attack either black group strongly, nor any territory or base. Seems like a pretty difficult position to play. Instead, by playing the 3-3, black can hope to attack both of these groups later with the pincer, and white's group is already quite a bit safer. So black defends on the bottom side, also pincering that one white stone on the bottom. White jumps it up, black takes a large knight, and white pincers on the right side, trying to build the right side and attacking that one stone. One stone, well, black peeps once, getting a connection from Huang Lingshe, and he should run that out. So he chooses to play the attachment. It's a very, very strong way of running it out. If Huang Lingshe would just answer the Hane behind, then black could Hane and build his own very comfortable base. So Huang Lingshe plays the aggressive extend forward. I love to see it, and Zhu Jingyu actually backs off because of this. He plays the jump here. It would be pretty normal to block like this, but Zhu Jingyu is worried that if a variation like this happens, that he would have to sacrifice his 3 stones inside, and this would be quite difficult to play for an advantage. So instead, just jumping here is a very normal thing to do when you're on defense, right? If you think your fights are going to be difficult, then don't fight and allow white to Hane here. White does make a nice area on the right side. It was well played by Huang Lingshe, but black can continue with the Hane, and white plays the diagonal move. I think it's nice to see Huang Lingshe is being quite aggressive here in this shape. A lot of people will simply back off like this, but Huang Lingshe is more interested in his opponent's cutting points. He recognizes this is like an attacking position, and if black would break this area, that's nothing that big of a deal. So he tries to attack, and black plays this peep. Actually, this shows Zhu Jingyu's reading. He did a very nice read to get this peep at this timing. It meant that he's allowing himself to block here at Q8. This is a very strong move. It's very scary, and most players wouldn't really think to do this, but it is correct, actually, because when white connects and black connects here, due to this peep, the white will have to save itself a few times on the side. After this extend, which is normal, black pushes again, and white must extend again. Otherwise, if you would play some other move, black can cut here. And obviously, this is not going to be good for white when white's getting Atari'd. White should Atari down, but here, white's 2 blocks on the second line, they both won't work. If you block on the outside, this captures the 4 stones, and if you block on the inside here, when black turns, these 3 stones are under threat themselves, and then black could switch back to the 5 stones now. So white had to answer again, and this is what the peep was all about. It was allowing black to be able to press white down a few times and eventually get the time to come back and defend himself. So this variation is pretty successful for black in terms of defending his weak group. He managed to get it out, he managed to get a nice shape in the center afterwards. White's territory on the right side is not bad, but it's not great either. And white must continue looking to gain something in the other areas of the board. He plays this peep one time and plays to the top side. For me, personally, I would play some random stone on the bottom side for white, and I would do this for quite a while here instead of what Wang Lingshe does, because that way I can try to keep pressure on the black still on the side, but mostly I can make sure that my own white group is going to be easy to handle for an advantage. And Huang Lingshe didn't want to do that. He understands he's on 3 stones. He wants this group to be somewhat weak and to be able to make a fight from that. So he pincers here, and he's trying to, in general, leave a lot of weaknesses around for black, for white, for both, and try to take control of the game with those weaknesses. Black simply is trying to take the corner territory. And white strikes to take away that corner territory himself. Black can only really block in the center now, but it allows white at this moment not to capture that one stone, but to hane and connect here, looking to attack this whole black group. It's quite an annoying idea from Huang Longshi. Zhu Jingyu pushes one time and then clamps. I think this clamp is a small mistake, preventing black from using any of the white weaknesses from the center. And then black chooses to hane. If black wouldn't do anything, let's say he attacks over here, then Huang Longshi was looking forward to clamping someday, which if black would answer this way, would end up with this whole black group getting under severe attack. And if black would try to cut, there's a few ways to continue, but the most powerful is usually to push here. And then black has a hard time handling all of his different cuts, where if he blocks like this, then white can cut here. And if he blocks this way, white can double peep. And if he just blocks here, then white can peep in sente like this. It's really quite an annoying position for black. So he had to fix it. He played this hane. So to fix it while also pressuring white on the top side about his liberties, white captured the stone to fix his own group. Now the black is basically alive, white is basically alive, and black can go and take some corner territory in the upper left. In this game, unlike the previous two, Zhu Jingyu has done a pretty decent job in the opening. He hasn't done amazingly, like this clamp idea, and a little bit passive throughout the game so far, so he's lost a little bit, but it hasn't been anywhere near as bad as the other games. And Huang Longshi is therefore kind of forced to throw another weak stone onto the board. I mean, I feel if this was a close game, Huang Longshi would do like what I would do and play some move reinforcing himself, trying to be stable. But if he would play like this, he's just concerned he's going to lose by a lot because white doesn't have very much and black has quite a bit outlined already. So he tried to make a third weak group. Two already on the bottom side, one more. What can be the harm? Well, black tries to show. He's going to go on the attack. And white needs to run to the center now. He can't live locally in the corner. And so this move is his attempt, but it's still not that easy to show that this stone is connected. So Zhu Jingyu just cuts it with the attachment here. Huang Longshi tries a hane, but Zhu Jingyu, very wise, not to allow Huang Longshi any sacrifice, but to push at him from the center. Huang Longshi tries to connect here, but this idea was a bit heavy out of Huang Longshi. He did have a really good follow-up planned, so credit to him there, but it's even though the follow-up is going to work, it's still not that good. So this is the follow-up. Hane and cut. Why did he have this plan? Doesn't this look silly? Like black can just capture here, right? You might think. But if black would do this, white can cut in the center. Then if black connects, it's Atari, Atari again, and connect here. This black is in big trouble. It can actually try to save itself. So for example, you can cut here first if you want, so to get an extra potential approach liberty there, and then you can play here. And if you would play like this, white has basically no option but to eventually start a ko like this. And so you would fight a ko here over all of these black stones. White would need a very large ko threat. This would be an exciting game. This is not what they went into. Zhu Jingyu probably thinking that capturing here was a fool's play if Huang Longshi is planning for it. Simply defended and allowed Huang Longshi to capture on the side and took instead the initiative in the center, which I think was quite a wise decision because these 6 stones of white in the center are really difficult to save. It looks like they're kind of already dead, but if they're dead, black should just win this game pretty easily. It would mean that black is not really going to get attacked with any of his stuff in the center, and still, although Huang Longshi took quite a bit of territory on the right, he's very far behind in terms of value. So white tried to save. He played this diagonal move. There's only one decent response, which is pulling back. If you would block, it would allow white to run to the center and start to attack this black. And when white plays the tiger's mouth, black must block. And when white plays push, black must block. And now I think Huang Longshi may have realized that he made a misread. He played here. Yeah, I don't think this was actually well planned by Huang Luxi. He probably wanted to play here or some cut. However, if you do that, that can Atari and block like this. Then even though White has a million Ataris, Black can extend here, and when White connects, you can see White remains on 2 liberties this entire time. Even this move, Black can connect, and here Black Ataris and Ataris, the whole White dragon would be dead. What a disaster that would be. So White can't cut. He would just die instantly if he goes for a cut here. That's why he plays this move. This is actually a really, really clever move. It means if Black will Atari inside and now I'll cut, you may think, well, I can still do this. Didn't that just hurt me? But it gives me the double Atari right away. This would be a awesome save by Huang Longxi. Black could capture, White could capture. This would be totally fine. So in the game, Zhu Jingyu pulls back like this. And Huang Longxi is forced to continue trying to save his group, or else it wouldn't make sense. If you would just give it up now, then it's like so many bad exchanges in the center, and Black would be easily winning. So he tries to save now, and Black can play a tiger's mouth, fixing his cuts on the outside there. So White can only really try to run out, but Black's this move is also really good, looking to cut White with 2 connections by 1 space jump. White leans one time, just looking to gain enough strength to be able to help himself run out, and then he plays here. This is his only real way to try to save this group, but Black has a great attack. The Knight's move here. I always say if there's a large Knight's move and you think it's too thin and you want to cut it, you should play it the small Knight's move, as if to say that's where you should have had your stone. Right? That would be the one that's close enough to defend you. This is too far, so I can cut it. And Huang Longxi has a really difficult moment here. He plays the best move, which is the double Knight's move, looking to connect. But when Black cuts here, he can only cut like this. Black reduces White's liberties, and White has to watch Black fix the cuts on the top side. When White cut in the center here, he was hoping to be able to follow up either with some powerful attack on the top side or some powerful attack on these 3 stones. Black, by playing the Atari from the top side here, he says, I have planned all the ways to run out with those 2 stones. I'm sure I can save them. So when White pushes here, Black turns. And when White blocks here, Black Ataris. And at this moment, Huang Longxi gives up. He sacrifices the whole center dragon just for a little bit of outside strength. Clearly not Huang Longxi's plan, but there was nothing else to do. If he would connect here instead, Black could simply run, and there's no way to catch any of these Black groups, especially with a 3 liberty time limit on your center group. There was no way anytime earlier to do a different choice here. All the way Black would be able to save everything. It was just not possible to save this White group. I think it came down to some kind of misreading, and then after that he had to save it the whole time. He forced himself down this line, which eventually ends up in a very, very comfortable game for Black. Actually, to be honest, it's not like Zhu Jingyu, even though he captured this whole dragon, over the whole game he hasn't won very much. It would still be close if it was an even game. I guess this just shows how good Huang Longxi's little subtleties are, because he really, really lost the big fight very hard. And after playing this 3-3, he's clearly trying to attack these 3 stones, get something back. Zhu Jingyu, now realizing he's leading a lot, is going to play the rest of the game very, very passively. Infuriatingly so, in fact. I'm sure if you're a Huang Longxi fan, he just attaches and falls back here and then plays a second line move. Not even bothering to say that this 3-3 is relatively not connected to the White stick. No need to do anything like that right now. Simply live the group inside, allow White to take a base or whatever, go take some 2 space. I'm pretty sure that's well connected. White is like, hey, I can maybe do something here. Black's like, nope. You can break through the center, you can get a little bit of center stuff, but I'm going to make sure I'm very, very well connected. That's what these 2 moves are doing by Black. Yeah, Black is just being very passive here. He plays a couple moves on the left side. Yeah, he just forced White to answer one time and then properly lives. This is not possible for White to kill anymore. He plays that move in Sente, plays block here. Actually, White is, gaining quite a bit through these exchanges. Finally, Black loses his patience just for a moment. He plays this vital point. He figures what can go wrong. I'm sure I can save it. White plays the jump, and Black is like, oh, never mind. I didn't really want to save that. I just want to make sure I'm well connected over here. Let me be safe and secure. White plays this Hane. That's going to be Sente. That shows that this clamp is now quite a bad exchange. And White plays the attach here. He's just looking for some kind of fight, but Black is not even interested in saving that one stone. He just extends. Yeah, White plays a few moves on the top side, leaning, and plays the block here. And White must be quite upset that, oh man, you played that peeping move and now you just completely don't care at all about saving it. Like obviously I gained so much here. White gains so much, but what does it matter if White gets a whole bunch of free stuff when White is dead there and Black is winning the game cleanly? Actually, if Zhu Yu would play like this in just normal 3-stone games, he could probably win against Huang Yangshe more often. It's a little bit to his like detriment that he's such a fighter in these games and that he makes them interesting. If he could just play like this and kind of win a 3-stone game with that. I mean, obviously Black is losing quite a lot, but it's no big deal because he's still gonna win. He plays all the way through here. They're fighting this Ko for Black to be able to save and for free by capturing these 2-stones, and then eventually you see Black lives anyway. He doesn't even care about winning the Ko. And from here on, the rest of the game record is lost, but Black is winning by like 25 points or something, and White eventually resigned. So it was a great game, but Huang Yangshe still couldn't take down Zhu Jingyu. It's a shame, but next time and the time after that, I promise Huang Yangshe will get his revenge. I'm really looking forward to covering those games, and I'll be back with them soon. See you then.